Welcome to Basic Embedded Systems Training. So in this session, we will cover 8051 serial communication. First one is the basics of serial communication. So serial transmission, there is one more communication called as a parallel transmission also is available. First, we will cover what is the difference between parallel communication and serial communication. In parallel communication, transfers 8 bits of data simultaneously over 8 data lines. So that indicates that to transmit 8 bits of data, there exists internal 8 number of wires. Then cost is high in parallel communication because more number of wires were required, and it is only preferred for short distances. Because for long distances, if any one wire breaks, there is no error correction and there is no error detection methods for parallel communication. It is difficult to identify the errors. So that for parallel communication, we are not preferring that. So for long distance, we are not preferring parallel communication. The advantages in parallel communication is fast. So here short distance indicates that within the board only. So majority that short distance means it is not in terms of meters or kilometers. Here within the board only, we are using this parallel communication. Next one is serial communication. And serial communication to transmit uh, one bit at a time is transferred over a single line. So it is cheaper when compared to parallel communication because here only one number of wires required, one or two number of wires required to transmit data. So this is preferable for long distances. So there is error detection methods are supporting, error correction methods also supporting. But here drawback is slow when compared to parallel communication. And next one, communication. Simplex is available, half duplex is available, full duplex is available. Simplex is also called as a one-way communication. So which transmit data from transmitter to the receiver. The best example for simplex is printer. So data transmitting from CPU to the printer, it is called as a simplex communication. And second communication is half duplex. So in off-duplex communication, data transmission between transmitter and receiver is possible, but simultaneously it is not possible because only one channel is available to transmit data as well as to receive data. So that with the help of one channel, you can transmit as well as receive, but simultaneously it is not possible. The best example for half-duplex is walkie-talkie. So that walkie-talkie follows the half-duplex. And next one is full duplex communication. So in full duplex communication, to transmit data, to receive data, two separate channels are available. So transmission, one channel is available. For receiving, one channel is available. So that simultaneous data transmission is supported in full duplex communication. The best example is your mobile phones. So in synchronous transmission, so the packet data follows. When there is a no transfer, the signal is always high. Transmission begins with the always start bit. That start bit is always 0. So that here start bit is always 0. And next bit is LSB first, MSB last. After that, one stop bit is added. So that indicates the end of the packet. So that start bit is always high. The data transfer rate is stated in BPS, called as a bits per second, also known as a baud rate. So in asynchronous data transmission, total packet is encoded with start bit and stop bit. Between a between this start and stop bit, 8 data bits are available. Start bit is always 0, stop bit is always 1. SBUF registry is available on 8051 microcontroller serial buffer, which is having the capability of transmitting and as well as receiving. So in transmission section, whatever the data sent by the CPU, that is parallel data, so that we need to convert parallel to serial. That parallel to serial converter is available in this serial buffer. During receiving data is serial data, so that we need conversion from serial to parallel. That serial to parallel conversion also available on this serial buffer register. So in this serial communication, 8051 supports one serial control register, first one. So the serial control register is a 8-bit register. So in that 8 bits, MSB bit is SM0, next one is SM1, next one is SM2, REN, TB8, RP8, TI, RI. So this SM0 and SM1 is also known as the serial mode selection bits or serial mode specifier. So here SM0, SM1, 2 bits are available, so that 2 power 2 is 4 combination supported. 00 called as a mode 0, 01 mode 1, 10 mode 2, 11 mode 3. So total 4 modes supported. And 00 also known as a mode 0 is also known as shift register mode. In this shift register mode, the transmission rate is fixed one, that is always crystal frequency is divided by 12. And next one, whereas in mode 1, so mode 1 8-bit UART supported. In this UART, so it's a baud rate is variable that depends on timer 1, mode 2 auto reload mode. And next one is mode 2 is serial communication. Mode 2, in this mode 2, 9 bits supported, one start bit, one stop bit. Next one, 8 data bits, one parity bit. So in these cases, the baud rate is fixed one, that is external crystal oscillator divided by 32 or crystal oscillator divided by 64. And next one, mode 3. Mode 3 also same as mode 2. So 9-bit UART. Here 9-bit UART indicates that one start bit, one stop bit, and then 8 data bits plus one parity bit. So total 11 bit. So in that 11 bits, data bits are 8 plus 1, 8 data bits plus one parity bit. So that it is called as a 9-bit UART. Here also, mode 2 also 11 bit. And this one is mode 1 is 10 bit, start, stop, and then 8 data bits. So here last mode 3, 9-bit UART, and transmission rate or receiving rate is variable. It depends on timer 1 auto reload function called as a mode 2. And SM2. SM2 is used for multi-processor communication. If more than one microcontroller needs to communicate, so in that cases we can enable SM2 equal to 1, that enables the multi-master communication. And next REN, so receive enable. So this is enabled by software or disabled. Next one is TB8, transmit bit 8, and RB8, receive bit 8. So during this transmission section, the TB8 bit is automatically copied into 9th bit, called as a parity. During receiving section, the 9th bit is copied into RB8. TI indicates that transmit interrupt flag set by hardware after send, clear by software. So whenever transmission is completed, then automatically TI equal to 1. If receiving is completed, then automatically RI equal to 1. So these are set by hardware and clear by software. So mode of operation, already we discussed that mode 0, and mode 0 is also known as the shift register mode. Serial data enters and exists through RxD pin only. We know that in 8051, 2 pins supported for serial communication. Alternate pins in port 3, that is TXT, RxD, TXT for transmitting, RxD for receiving. So here serial data enters and exists through RxD pin only here, but TXT outputs the. So here in that 2 bits, RxD is For transmitting, receiving, that indicates the data transmission and receiving through only RxD only. And what about TXT? TXT supports supplies the clock pulses for shift clock pulses. Okay. And next 8 data bits are transmitted and 8 data bits are received. Only 8 data bits. There is no start and stop bit. Always LSB is first one. The baud rate is fixed one, that is 1/12 of the oscillator free. So in this case, you remember that data transmission receiving through only RxD pin, and then TXT output the shift. Then how to send, how to receive. So we know that for sending, first we need to initialize SCON register, serial control register. You can select mode 1 or mode 0 or mode 2, like that. You can select mode of operation, transmitting or receiving. You can enable that one. Okay. First one is jump no bit. No bit indicates that TA. Suppose this is the left side program is for transmitting, right side program is for receiving. So for transmitting, first wait for transmit, first character. If first character is transferred, then we need to wait for next character, so that jump if no bit TA wait. So wait for first character completion. If it is okay, then automatically clear TA, and then second value will be loaded into S buffer. So this is for transmission section. For receiving also, first you need to initialize the SCON register. After that, first wait for receiving, because receiving data is serial data, so that to read all data we need some time. So that first one we wait for receiving. If it is receiving completed, then automatically clear that RI flag, because these flags are set by hardware, clear by software. After that, whatever the data available on receiving buffer, called as a serial buffer, that is loaded into accumulator. Here transmitting, wait for transmit here. After that, transmit data, first to transmit and then wait for a transmit interrupt. So here receiving, first wait for receiving, after that read data. Mode 1. So mode 1, already we discussed that 10 bits are transmitted through TXT, 10 bits are transmitted in this section as well as received. So in that 10 bits, transmission is through TXT, receiving is through RxD only. So 10 bits, one start bit, always 0, 8 data bits, LSB first, and one stop bit. So this is the format in mode 1. On receiving, the start bit goes into RP8 in SCON register. So in mode 1, so on receiving, the stop bit is called as 1 is automatically copied into RB8 in SCON register. The baud rate is determined by the timer 1 overflow rate. So here depends on variable, so that here depends on timer 1 overflow flag. So always supported, always select mode 2 only, because that one only auto reload function supported. And timer 1 clock is 1/32 mission cycle. So already we discussed that to generate best suitable frequency 9600, we are selecting 11.0592 megahertz, not per megahertz. So that first one, whatever the frequency, that is divided by 1/12. This is given input to the timer defaultly. But here for UART, so in that also again divided by 32 by UART. So for UART, whatever the clock frequency given, that is again divided by 32. So that finally frequency given to this UART is 28,800 Hz. It is the frequency given input to the UART. Okay. So the transmission is initiated by any instruction that uses SBUF as the destination register. So that if you need transmit data, simply if you load data into serial buffer, that enables the transmission, that can convert the parallel data into serial data and add start bit, stop bit, and then transmit one by one, bit by bit. So in this mode 1. Okay, these are the timer modes. Already we discussed that. Here timer 1 is supporting with mode 2, that auto reload. Already we discussed that, which is auto reload function, which is used to generate the baud rate in a serial communication. So assume that this is the one example given with extra 11.0592 megahertz. Find the TH value. Need to have the following baud rates. Assume that one baud rate is 9600. It is the best suitable frequency for all communication devices. Next one is 2400, 1200. Okay, these are the baud rates given. Then what's the value we need to load in TH1? So that calculation we required with extra 11.0592 megahertz. The emission cycle frequency of 8051 is 11.0592 megahertz, so that it is divided by 12. Then we got 921.6 kilohertz. And this frequency is again divided by 32 for UART. So that divided by 32, we got 28,800 hertz. Already we discussed in previous slide is the frequency provided by UART to timer 1 to set the baud rate. So this is the frequency given. Okay, already we discussed that when compared to CPU, remaining all peripherals are slower devices. Then only CPU can able to control all peripherals. So that here also it is divided by 32. That frequency is 28,800 hertz is given input to the timer 1 in UART. Okay, so that if 28,800 is divided by 3, then automatically 9600 baud rate divided by 12, 24,000. Sorry, not 24, 2400 divided by 24, 1200 is we got. Okay, so here to generate this 9600, so we require divided by 3, that indicates that minus 3. So here minus 3 maximum 2's complement value is given. So count is 3 only we required. So 9600, 9600, 9600. The total is 28,800. Okay, so this is loaded into TH value. The value loaded into TH1 is minus 12 for 2400, minus 24 for 1200. It is the calculation to generate the frequency. Baud rate, sorry, not frequency, baud rate. Okay, so this one is already we discussed that external frequency is divided by 12. That is given input frequency to the timer in timer section, but here that is again divided by 32. That is given input frequency to the timer for this UART operations. And next one, programming for sending data. How to send program? How to send character? Okay. The first one is initialize the mode register with 20H. Here we are selecting mode 1. So mode 1 value is mode 1. How to initialize mode 1? The first bit is SM0, SM0 and T-mode register. T-mode register, we can select timer, internal timer. So this get bit equal to 0. C by T bar timer, it is 0. And mode 1 can be selected as a, sorry, auto reload mode 2. So mode 2 can be selected as a 10. So value is 2. This timer 0 is not used, so that it is 0. So here get bit equal to 0, that enables the internal, and C by T bar 0, that enables the timer. M1 and M0 is 10, so that indicates that timer in mode 2 is initialized. So that is loaded into T mode. So T mode register initialization is completed. So that is called as a timer 1 mode 2 is selected. And next one, whatever the baud rate we required, that is loaded into TH1. So what's the baud rate we required? Assume that it is a 9600 baud rate required, then minus 3 is loaded into TH1. If baud rate is 4800, then minus 6 is loaded into here. You can write value minus 3, otherwise you can write hexadecimal value directly. Okay, and next one is move SCON comma hash 50H. So SCON register is initialized. Here SCON register 50H indicates that 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so 0, 1 indicates that mode 1. SM20 indicates that disabled multi-master communication. REN1 indicates that receiver is enabled. So in these cases, 50H is loaded. That indicates that mode 1 is selected. Serial communication mode 1 is selected. So and then receiver enable is enabled, and remaining bits are 0. And set bit timer 1. Then start timer for baud rate selection. Baud rate. Okay, set bit timer, then data, whatever the data you require, that data is copied into serial buffer. Okay, so always the serial buffer accepts data from accumulator only, so that here we can use accumulator register. Next, wait for transmission. Suppose we sended one 8-bit data to the S buffer. So some time is required to complete that transmission, because it needs to convert from parallel to serial data, and then adding of start bit and stop bit, and sending all that 10 bits. It requires some time. So wait for transmission. So if it is completed, next transmit one more character. It is program for transmitting, or also called as the sending. Okay, and next clear TA. So for next round we need to clear that. And program for receiving. So here also same. First T mod is initialized with 20H. That indicates that timer 1 mode 2 is enabled. And value loaded into TH1 is -3. 9600 baud rate is enabled. And move scon comma hash 50H indicates that mode 1 selected and receiver enabled. And set bit TR1. Set bit TR1 indicates that start timer. Start timer indicates that generates 9600 baud rate. Okay, transmission rate is enabled. And next one, whatever the character, so yeah, that is loaded into S buffer, and wait for transmission and clear transmission SM. And for receiving, so for receiving same 20H. 20H is nothing but timer 1 mode 2 is loaded, and -3 indicates that 9600 baud rate is enabled. Here mode 1 selected, receiver enable. Set bit TR1 indicates that the start timer that enables the baud rate. And next one, jump no bit or a comma wait, that indicates that wait for receiving interrupt. If receiving is completed, and then automatically whatever the data available on serial buffer, that is copied into accumulator. Because here whatever the data received, that data is serial data. So all data, that serial data is received bit by bit, and then check if start bit and stop bit, and then convert into serial to parallel. It will take some time, so that operation will be completed. Till that completion we need to wait in these cases. After completion of that one, then automatically interrupt RI is generated by S buffer. That indicates that receiving interrupt is enabled. So parallel data is available on serial buffer, so that you can read serial buffer into accumulator, and clear RI flag and SM to wait for next receiving. Okay, so this is for sending and receiving characters. For example, here one example is given. So I am going to transmit GOOD, good message, continuously. So for that one, it is example for sending data. So tmod is initialized with 20H. Already we discussed 20H is nothing but mode 1 receive mode 1 auto reload function, and th value is initialized with -12. -12 indicates that baud rate is enabled. scon is 50H. 50H indicates that serial communication mode 1 is enabled, and then next one is receiver enabled. First one set bit tr1, that indicates that start baud rate. And next one is first character a is transferring, first character g is transferred into accumulator, and then call trans. So here call transfer, whatever the character, first character is available on accumulator G, that is copied into S buffer. So serial buffer converts parallel data into serial data and adds start bit, stop bit, and then transmit. So wait till the transmission is completed. After that, clear TA and return. Next one O is readed into accumulator, and then complete transmit, again transmit. So next, again after completion of this transmission, return again O, again D. So finally SIMP again one indicates that again transmit. It is a program to transmit continuously GOOD message, okay, with the baud rate. And mode 2. So mode 2, in this mode 2, bits are transmitted through TXT and received through RXT. So why we are discussing everything TXT, RXT? You know that in mode 0, data transmission and receiving through only RXT. So TXT supplies the clock pulses, but whereas in remaining modes, transmission is through TXT, receiving is through RXT. Okay. Then for here, mode 2 is 11-bit mode. In that 11 bits, first A is start bit is always 0. Next 8 data bits, LSB first transmission. A programmable 9th data bit is added, called as a parity bit is added. And next one is stop bit. Okay, stop bit, start bit, 8 data bits, 1 programmable 9th bit called as a parity bit. The totally 11 bits supported. On transmission, the ninth bit TB8 can be assigned to 0 or 1. So that depends on the parity. You can select it either even parity or odd parity. Based on that one, automatically that will be adjusted. TB8 is adjusted. On receiving, the ninth data bit goes into the RB8 in SCON register. So previously that RB8, that ninth stop bit is loaded into RB8. Now here ninth bit is copied into RB8. So the ninth can be parity bit. So the baud rate is programmable, that is 1 by 32 or 1 by 64. The oscillator frequency in mode 2 by S mod bit in PCON register. So this is fixed one, 1 by 32 or 1 by 64. This 1 by 32 or 1 by 64 depends on the S mod bit available on PCON register. Okay, and next one is last mode, mode 3, same as mode 2, but only difference is it is variable. Here baud rate is variable, that depends on timer 1. Here it is fixed one, here it is depends on timer one, programmable. Next one is lost SMOD. SMOD register also supported. So in SMOD register, bit 7 of PCON register. So SMOD bit. So SMOD bit is available on PCON register or control register. So in this MSB bit is SMOD register. If SMOD equal to 1, automatically by default doubles the baud rate. So PCON is not bit addressable, so that we can not bit addressable, so that we can initialize this one by using byte only. Okay, SMOD is the one bit MSB bit available on PCON register, which is used to doubles the baud rate. If it is 1, automatically whatever the baud rate you are selecting, that baud rate is double. Otherwise 0, otherwise it is normal baud rate. Okay, so power control register already one bit discussed, that SMOD bit, and GF1, GF0 general purpose flags. These flag bits are not initialized in, not available on 8051. It is reserved for future purpose. The only 3 bits available. One is PD. So PD indicates that power down bit. Our next ideal indicates that ideal mode bit. So ideal mode, power down mode, and SMOD. We already discussed that SMOD equal to 1 indicates that doubles the baud rate, and next bit is power down mode and ideal mode. So power control register supports two power reducing modes. One is nothing but ideal mode, second one is nothing but power down mode. Sir, what is ideal mode? An instruction that sets PCON.0 causes an ideal mode. So the last instruction executed before going into the ideal mode, it is the default parameter. And next one, this internal CPU clock is turned off. So if you enable ideal mode, whatever the last instruction executed before going into the ideal mode, last instruction that is executed. And next one, the internal CPU clock is gated off. So that indicates that CPU clock is turned off. The interrupt timer and serial port functions act normally. All registers, ports, and internal RAM maintain their data during ideal cases. Okay. So clock supplied to the CPU is turned off. So if CPU is turned off, then automatically power saving is enabled. And next one, so any interrupt occur, it will cause PCON.0 to be cleared by hardware. So then automatically execute the ISR with return I. So return and execute next instruction after ideal instruction. And reset signal clears the ideal bit directory. So whatever the reset signal, that clears the ideal bit directly. And next one is power down mode. In the ideal mode, the clock supplied to the CPU is turned off. So an instruction that sets PCON.1 causes power down mode because it is at a position number 1. Last instruction executed before going into the power down mode, it is also same function. By default, last instructions are executed in 8051 microcontroller. The on-chip oscillator is stop. All functions are stop. The contents of the CPU on-chip oscillator is stop. Previously, clock supplied to the CPU is turned off. All functions are stop. The contents of the on-chip RAM and special functions are maintained. So previous case, clock supplied to the CPU is turned off. Now oscillator is turned up. So all functions are stopped. The contents of the on-chip RAM and special function registers are maintain their status. So the reset that terminates power down mode. So it is about C8051 serial communication. So we will complete one program in serial communication. Okay, here is the program. Origin 00H, LGM to main origin 30H. So that indicates that start program at 00. Here we created link LGM main. So main is created after 30. Move tmod comma hash 20H. So that indicates that mode or mode 2 auto reload function is enabled. Timer 1 value loaded into here is -12. Minus 12 baud rate is generated. -12 is value initialized into TH1. Next, SCount register is initialized with 50H. That indicates that mode 1 enable receive enable is enabled. So set bit TR1, so enable the baud rate. And next one is first value G is loaded into accumulator and then call transmit. So here trans is nothing but which is the sub program for transmitting character. Whatever the value available on accumulator, that is loaded into serial buffer. And next wait for transmission. If it is transmission completed, next clear TA, because flags are set by hardware, clear by software, and then return. Again return. Next is O character is loaded into accumulator. Again transmit. Again O character is loaded into accumulator. Again transmit. Next D character is loaded into accumulator. Again transmit. SM2 again 1. That indicates that GOOD is continuously transmitted. So this is the program we discussed in mode 1 also. So first one, rebuild the target. So 0 errors. After that, debug the program, and next execute. So before going to execute, go to view, select serial window. Okay, is for serial communication. So that's serial. Now serial window is empty. If you click on this run, then GOOD is continuously transmitted. So total GOOD is continuously transmitted with selection baud rate. Okay, so you can stop this one. Select that serial communication. So observe here, GOOD, continuously transmitting GOOD. So that is about 8051 serial communication.